Julia, listen. What is it, Dorothy? I bought it. Bought what? That luxury brand bag. Really? Is it the brand bag that you wanted? Yes, I finally got it. Seriously? I didn't know you had the money to buy that. Well, it's not like that. I couldn't get it right now, so I took out a loan. You took out a loan? But you live on a pension. You were complaining that you can't afford to live by depending on your pension. How are you going to pay the loan then? Julia, you talk like a jerk. You know me better than anyone, don't you? What? I'm the woman who will be the CEO's mother in the future. Huh? Who will be the CEO of which company? It's obvious. Samuel is going to be the next CEO of your father's company, right? Wait a minute. Who said that? No one said it, but of course it's going to happen. How do you know it's going to happen? Because you are the only daughter, right? When your father dies, your husband would normally be the CEO. What do you mean by normal? Besides, my father is still the active CEO. Please don't talk about when he passed away. If you do whatever you want with your selfish ideas, you'll have a hard time later. Huh? Who do you think you're talking so big to? I won't allow you to talk that way toward me. But... Stop talking back to me. I understand. But we don't know anything about the next CEO yet. Please don't forget that. Samuel, are you busy right now? Not really. What is it? You're doing your job, right? Of course I am. Just because I'm at home doesn't mean I'm slacking off. If that's the case, I just got a text from your mother. She said she took out a loan to buy a luxury brand bag. I see. Seems that you have no concern about that. It's the one Mom always wanted, right? So it's good to hear that she finally got that. It's great that she got the bag she wanted. But the problem is the payment. Your mother is living on a pension, and she was even saying that she doesn't have enough money. How is she going to pay the loan? If Mom says she can afford it, why not? You know what? She said a strange thing. That you will be the next CEO of my father's company. So she'll never have to worry about money anymore. Really? Mom says it, so it must be true, right? Huh? She's always right. I can be the next CEO. So that way I can take care of her. You got to be kidding me. What did you say? Dad is not ready to give up the CEO position just yet. No one is talking about having a new CEO at the moment. You don't know what the future holds. I wonder why your mother is being so optimistic. You both really have a similar personality. Stop making fun of Mom and me. Besides, you have things to do, don't you? Do you understand? I know. Don't get upset. I'm sure that Mom's payment will be taken care of. Are you sure? I don't have that kind of optimism anyway. I shouldn't have told you about this matter. Julia, I'm so sorry for your loss. I didn't expect your father to pass away so suddenly. Thank you. I also still can't believe that my father, who was so energetic, suddenly passed away. I feel nothing but sadness. But your father finally passed away. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm sorry for you, but I finally got my chance. I beg your pardon? Now, my son can be the CEO. I'll finally become the mother of the CEO. I don't understand what you're saying. You know what I mean. I've been telling you for a while, remember? Samuel will be the next president. Are you talking about that again? My father's funeral just ended, and what you're saying is inappropriate. I'm in no mood to talk about that very thing. Because I made him marry you for this day. What do you mean by that? If it wasn't for the privilege, I wouldn't have let him marry someone like you. That's terrible. How can you say that when my father just passed away? I'm in a very good mood right now. No matter what you say, it won't resonate with me. Nothing has been decided yet about the next CEO. My father didn't say anything about it either. I think the discussion with the board members will start now. Do they need to talk about it? Why are you asking that? Because it's obvious that the husband of the only daughter will be the next CEO. I don't think so. Well, we're going to be busy from now on. I need to make some announcements to relatives, friends, and acquaintances. I also have to plan for the CEO inauguration party. Dorothy, please listen carefully. The new CEO hasn't been decided yet, so please don't do anything selfish. What? Are you trying to become the CEO? I'm not going to be the CEO. I don't have the talent for that. You're right. Then Samuel is the only one who can be the next president. If any of your employees complain about that, let them go. We are a big company. There's no way such a selfish reason will be accepted. When you got married, your father said he wanted my son to be the CEO of the company. He said he would be happy if that happened, but he didn't say so definitively. Besides, he was still very much willing to work. There was no talk about becoming the next CEO. But your father wanted Samuel to be the next CEO, didn't he? Then you should respect your father's will. If you ignore that and appoint someone else, your father would be disappointed. You can't run a company with such a light heart. Besides, I don't think Samuel is capable of such a big role. You don't believe in your own husband? Not only do you not trust him, you think he's a fool. That's crazy. Anyway, nothing has been decided on that yet. Who else is qualified? If Samuel got selected, we'll have to build a house. Huh? Why do you think so? A CEO needs a worthy mansion. What are you talking about? In the first place, you're not Samuel's wife. What are you saying? When my son becomes CEO, of course, I will move in with him. Why? I need to help him since he will be busy. I can't leave it to you because you're unreliable. I have to live with my son and take care of him. I don't think that's necessary. Anyway, I'll go right into a meeting about the mansion. I know someone in the housing business, so I'll ask him right away. Wait, Dorothy. Where do you have that kind of money? It's impossible to borrow money for a house on your pension, you know. Are you stupid? What do you mean? If Samuel becomes CEO, we can afford that much, right? I can easily pay for it. That's why I said that hasn't been decided yet. Please don't do anything really selfish. Do you really care about the future of your father's company, Julia? You don't know what would happen if someone else were to become the CEO, do you? Because the company doesn't belong to me. It's a matter for the company executives and employees to discuss and decide. What are you talking so naively about? If you're so naive, your father's company will end up in a mess. I really need to take care of this matter after all. You're useless. You'll never get the job done. You need my help. Dorothy, I had no idea why you're so confident about this matter. I don't care what anyone says. Samuel is the next CEO. He won't go against me like you do. In fact, I'm going to control everything. Are you telling me that you're taking over the company? There's no way you can do that. How long are you going to keep goofing off? You're Samuel's wife, so you should cooperate with him. It's a wife's role to support her husband. Support my husband, huh? Unfortunately, I can't do that. You really are a terrible wife. You really hate it when my son takes your place as a CEO, don't you? You're such a jerk. I'm not thinking like that at all. Anyway, I'm going to be busy from now on. I have to prove myself that I'm a decent woman, so my son won't be ashamed of me. Meetings for the mansion and reservations for the inauguration party. I also have to go shopping for clothes and other things to wear. I'm so excited to think that my dream will finally come true. Dorothy, please don't do anything selfish. You're the one who'll end up in huge trouble. What did you say? I wasn't listening to you. Anyway, I'm going out. I got a call from Mom. I'm going to the office tomorrow as soon as I can. I hope you cleaned up the stuff your dad used. Samuel, what are you talking about? Huh? I'm going to be the CEO, so I thought I'd redecorate the office to my specifications. Wait a minute. Who told you that you're the next CEO? I told you, it was Mom. No one told her about that. But I'm your husband, remember? When your father dies, I'm supposed to be his successor. So I just signed the contract for the mansion. Huh? You're not the next CEO. No one said anything about that. The contract for the mansion? What are you going to do with the payment? I can handle that much if I'm the CEO. Anyway, I sold the condo we lived in. What? Why are you being so selfish? Because we're building a mansion, so we don't need our condo. I can't believe you were doing that while I was cleaning up my parents' house. You looked busy, so I did it for you. I'm glad Mom helped me out. You should be thanking me and Mom. What kind of people are you two? Don't do anything more selfish. You'll end up in big trouble. What are you going to do with the money to build the house? I made a down payment with the money I got from the condo sale. The rest you'll have to pay with the company's money. Company's money? There's no way I can do that. I'm going to be the CEO. I can do that. Company money belongs to the company. If you use it without permission, it's embezzlement. What are you talking about? The company's money is my money, so please pay the rest of the bills. What the? You and your mother disgust me to no end. I'm telling you, you can't use company money no matter what. That's fine. What? I'll be able to do whatever I want once I become the CEO. If you rebel against me, I'll ask you to leave too. I can't talk about this anymore. Hey, I finally became the CEO. I just signed the contract. Really? What the hell? You should be happy. Your husband's finally become the CEO. Well, what's with that attitude? I don't like it. I'm divorcing you. Divorce? Since I'm the CEO now, I don't need you anymore. Have you forgotten what you did? Huh? I wonder what you're talking about. I'm the CEO now, so everything I've done up until now is written off. Maybe you were trying to become what I am now too, but too bad that you didn't make it. Now I'll do what I want. Anyway, you and I are divorced. Okay then. I'll do as you wish. Julia, did you hear from Samuel? I heard you agreed to divorce. I had no choice, so I took over your place as vice president. I've signed the contract as soon as possible too. I see. Now everything is going my way. I was afraid you'd throw a tantrum, but I'm surprised that you back down so easily. Me and my son will become rich from now on. You both signed the contract, didn't you? Of course we did. I signed it in a flash. You both didn't read through the documents? There's no way I would read something that complicated. The officer brought it to me, so there's no doubt about it. All we have to do is sign it and we're all set. I'm the one who prepared those documents, remember? What do you mean? It was a resignation letter. As I'm sure you know, it was a form to resign from the company. You signed it, didn't you? Huh? Besides, your son is fired. This time, I asked him to sign the official document again. What? Your son has been embezzling company's money. Just like you, your son had a habit of spending money as if it were going out of fashion. He was caught pouring company money into fashion, food, drink, cars, etc. My father fired him. After that, he was earning income at home, doing a side job I introduced to him. Embezzlement? Yes, that's right. He was in the process of paying back with that little amount of money he earned from his side hustle. And yet, because of you, he misunderstood and made a big mistake. What are you going to do now that you're selling the condo and signing a new contract to build a mansion? No kidding. I didn't hear anything about that. This is what happened because you made the mistake of thinking that Samuel will become the next CEO of the company. You'll have to take full responsibility for this. What do you mean by responsibility? First of all, I'm going to ask you to pay back the cost of the condo you sold without permission. That was the condo Samuel bought, right? Are you kidding me? I bought that condo before we got married. Of course, the ownership is in my name. You guys sold my property without my permission. No way. There's no way we can pay that kind of money. But it's true that you sold it without permission. What happens if I can't pay you? I will make a formal claim for damages. I'm already a stranger to your son and to you, so I won't show any mercy. Oh no. Then what about the application to build the mansion? I don't care about that. You and your son did it on your own. Well, generally speaking, there will be a penalty fee. Seriously? What should we do? Samuel was supposed to be the next CEO, so you should do something about it. Don't be silly. I won't sacrifice a fine company that my father worked so hard to bring up to save you guys. That's absurd. Besides, I won't let both you and your son take over the company that my father and his employees raised to its current level. Hey, are you sure Samuel isn't the CEO? Isn't there some kind of mistake? How can that be? He just signed the resignation earlier. Samuel was originally fired, and the employees know it. How can they accept a person like him who was fired for embezzlement? He's not even qualified to be the CEO. Gosh. I'm too embarrassed to tell them that my husband embezzled the money from my father's company. What are we supposed to do then? For now, look for a job. Huh? If you don't work, you won't have any income, so you won't be able to repay the loan, right? Even if I worked, there's no way I could pay such a large sum of money. I'm still going to charge you for it. Are you a demon? How dare you say that to me? You didn't even grieve when my father died. Instead, with a big smile on your face, you made a big deal about your son being the next CEO. You are the demon, not me. But we don't even have a house to live in. So please find a job as soon as possible. If you don't start working and earning money as soon as possible, you're in trouble. If you and your son work hard, you might be able to see a bright future ahead. If you have time to text me, please start job hunting as soon as possible. Wait a minute. It may be easy for Samuel, but there's no way I can find a job at my age. You won't know that until you try. I think you can get any job you want if you're not being too picky. I mean, you have no other option because of the situation you're in. Do I have to work too? You'll have to discuss that with your son. You were the ones who are going to pay for what you did. Either you pay me for the condo, or you can choose not to pay, but I'll definitely sue both of you for not paying. You can choose whichever you like. Oh no. Also, your son will continue to pay back the amount of money he embezzled in the past. If both of you can't pay, please let me know so that I can file a lawsuit against you. Lawsuit? Please don't do that. I feel sorry for Samuel. Then we need to get him to pay the money somehow. I still think the only way is for the two of you to work hard together from day to night. Please consider about that. If possible, I recommend that you act quickly. Julia, please. Be merciful to us for a moment. I refuse. Please don't forget that you have insulted my father, his company, and me so much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have no intention of speaking to you or your son ever again. If you ever contact me again, you will have to go through my lawyer. Julia, wait! Please help us! After that, Samuel and his mother tried desperately to find a job, but they couldn't. They were at their wits' end and went around to their relatives to ask for help. Somehow, they were able to get a job, but they still have to work day and night. Both of them seem to be working hard every day under the supervision of their relatives. On the other hand, an employee who had been the vice president of our company has temporarily assumed the position of CEO. He was my father's most trusted employee since the company's inception. It was unanimously agreed that he would be the best person for the job because he knows my father and the company best. I intend to continue to devote myself to the company with a view to becoming the CEO in the future.